Imagine this, everything you've ever believed about Donald Trump, his wealth, his power, his rise to the presidency is built on a secret so explosive, so unthinkable, that even his inner circle won't whisper its name. What if I told you there's a hidden moment in his life, buried deep in the past, that rewrote his destiny and maybe yours too? You think you've heard it all? Think again. I'm pulling back the curtain on a story so wild, so jaw-dropping, it's been scrubbed from history until now. Buckle up, this is the untold truth they never wanted you to hear. Donald Trump wasn't born a legend, he was forged into one. Picture this, it's 1964, a biting winter night in Queens, New York. A 17-year-old Donald, hair slicked back, steps into his father Fred Trump's office. The air's thick with cigar smoke, the walls lined with dusty ledgers and blueprints. Fred's voice is cold, commanding. In this world, Donald, you're either a winner or you're nothing. Most people know Trump grew up rich, but what they don't know is this exact moment planted a seed that would grow into an obsession. Fred slams a piece of paper on the desk. You see this, son? This is failure. One slip, one crack in the armor, and the wolves come for everything you've built. Donald's eyes widen. He's never seen his father like this. That night, Fred doesn't just lecture him. He grabs his coat and says, "Come with me." They drive through the snow-slicked streets of Brooklyn to a half-finished construction site. Workers toil under floodlights, their breath fogging in the frigid air. Fred points, "These men, they're pawns. You're going to be the king, but only if you never let them see you sweat." That night wasn't just a lesson, it was a vow. Donald swore he'd never show weakness, never let anyone take what was his. But here's the kicker. Something else happened that night, something Fred didn't plan. A shadow moved in the distance, a figure watching from the edge of the site. Donald saw it, Fred didn't. And that shadow, it would come back decades later to haunt him. Fast forward to 1974. Trump's no longer the kid in his dad's shadow. He's hungry, ambitious, ready to carve his name into the skyline. He's got cash, charisma, and a dream, a hotel project that'll make Manhattan bow. The plan's perfect until it isn't. Costs balloon, contractors flake, and within months, he's staring down a financial abyss. Bankruptcy's knocking, the golden boy's about to crash. But here's where the story twists. Just when he's at his lowest, a stranger walks in. No knock, no introduction, just a man in a gray overcoat, eyes like steel. He calls himself Jack Carter. "You're drowning, kid," he says, voice smooth as silk, "but I can teach you how to swim." Trump's desperate, he listens. And what Jack tells him changes everything. Truth, it's a fairy tale. People don't care about facts, they care about what they feel. Control the story, control their minds, and you control the world. Jack's no businessman, he's a puppet master, a genius at bending perception. He hands Trump a playbook, flashy promises, bold lies, and unrelenting confidence. Trump takes it and runs. The project turns around. He's back on top. But Jack, he vanishes, no handshake, no goodbye. Trump thinks he's won. He's wrong. That lesson wasn't free, it came with a debt he'd pay years later. And here's the first thread of the mystery. Who was Jack Carter? A con man, a mentor, or something far stranger? 2016. The world laughs. Donald Trump, a reality TV star, running for president. No chance. Polls say he's toast. Pundits call it a circus. But Trump, he's got an ace up his sleeve, a trick so slick, so audacious, it flips the game. And it's not from any political playbook. No, this comes straight from the casinos and the marketing gurus. Here's the secret. Trump doesn't play by logic, he plays by emotion. He learned this from Jack Carter, but he perfected it in Atlantic City. Casinos don't sell gambling, they sell hope, fear, and adrenaline. Trump takes that formula and weaponizes it. He crafts a story, America's broken, he's the fix. He repeats it loud, relentless until it sticks. Urgency, he's a master. Now or never, he says, and millions feel it in their bones. It works, against all odds, he wins. But here's the curveball. Some whisper he didn't pull this off alone. There's a ghost in the machine, someone feeding him moves, whispering in his ear. Was it Jack Carter again? Or someone new? Advisors dodge the question. Files go missing. And then there's this. A leaked memo from the campaign, buried deep, mentioning a consultant no one can trace. Who were they, and why does the trail stop cold? Power's a drug, but it comes with enemies. By 2018, Trump's on top of the world, but the ground's shifting. Scandals swirl, investigations tighten, and unseen forces deep state, billionaire cabals, maybe even foreign players start closing in. He's untouchable until he isn't. And then he makes a move that shocks everyone, or does he? Some call it a mistake, others call it genius. He doubles down on a policy so divisive, it splits the nation. Chaos erupts, protests flare, critics howl. But here's the theory. What if it wasn't a blunder? What if it was a chess move, decades in the making, guided by a hand no one sees? And then, one night, the past knocks. Trump finds it at 3 a.m. a plain envelope, no stamp, no mark. Inside, a note, scrawled in black ink. Did you remember me? Now you understand, but it's too late. Signed, Jack Carter. His heart stops. Jack, the man from 1974, the shadow from his father's sight. But Jack's supposed to be gone, dead, maybe, or was he? He calls his team. Find him. He snaps. They dig and hit a wall. No Jack Carter in any record, no trace. But then, one advisor pulls an old photo from a dusty archive. It's 1924, a grainy shot of a New York construction site. A man stands there, gray coat, steel eyes, it's Jack. And next to him, Fred Trump, Donald's father. Trump's world tilts. Jack Carter met her, ghost, whatever he was, knew his father. But how? The photo's real, experts confirm it. 1924, decades before Donald was born. Was Jack a time traveler? A con artist with a long game, or something darker? Trump locks himself in his office that night, the note and photo side by side. He doesn't sleep. His team finds nothing, no birth records, no death certificate, no Jack Carter anywhere. But the clues pile up. A worker from Fred's 1964 site remembers a strange man in a gray coat. A 1974 hotel staffer recalls a consultant who never gave his name. And then, a bombshell, a hidden audio tape from the 2016 campaign. Trump's voice, faint but clear, tell Jack it's time. Jack Carter wasn't just a man, he was a system, a shadow stretching across a century. And he didn't just shape Trump, he shaped others. Another name surfaces, tied to the same tactics, the same playbook. A politician, you know, ruling today, pulling the same strings. So here's the truth they buried. Donald Trump isn't just a mogul or a president. He's a piece in a puzzle bigger than any of us imagined. Jack Carter, whatever he was, didn't just teach Trump how to win. He taught him how to play a game that's still running. And that other politician, look around, same moves, same story, same shadow. Is Trump the mastermind or the pawn? Is this over or just beginning? One thing's certain, the secrets don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button, because next time, we're peeling back another layer. You won't believe who's next.